Urgent Chiefs Kingdom fan, look at what just happened. Nobody saw this coming, huh? But first, make sure to subscribe to the channel because we bring you daily videos with the latest Chiefs Kingdom news, and don't forget to turn on notifications so you don't miss anything. Kansas City Chiefs urged to bolster defensive line with disruptive force in NFL draft after falling 40-22 to the Philadelphia Eagles in Super Bowl LIX, a game where Patrick Mahomes was sacked 6 times and Kansas City's defensive front struggled. To slow down Jalen Hurts, the Chiefs may be taking a page out of Philadelphia's playbook in the 2025 NFL Draft. In his latest mock draft, Pro Football Focus Mason Cameron projects the Chiefs to select Oregon defensive tackle Derek Harmon with the number 31 overall pick. Despite charting just 1 year of notable production, Cameron writes for PFF, Harmon is a high football IQ player on the interior with a competitive spark that will allow him to compete at the next level and become a mainstay next to Chris Jones. Harmon is coming off a breakout final season with the Ducks, posting a dominant 91, 2 PFF pass rush grade on true pass sets and an elite 17, 6 pass rush win rate good for the 99th percentile among interior defenders. Why taking Derek Harmon makes sense for the Kansas City Chiefs. For Kansas City, the move would not only add more juice to Steve Spagnuolo's pass rush, but could also represent a long-term contingency plan, with Chris Jones entering his age 31 season and playing on a year-to-year basis. As the Eagles proved in the Super Bowl, controlling the line of scrimmage can be the difference in slowing down even the league's most dangerous offenses. Harmon's burst, technique, and ability to collapse the pocket could be exactly what the Chiefs need to maintain their defensive identity and keep pace in a rapidly improving AFC. Pairing Harmon with Jones, even for a season or two, could give Kansas City one of the league's most disruptive interior duos and ensure that the next time Mahomes gets to the big game, it's the Chiefs applying the pressure. Pausing this news just to say that if you want YouTube to keep recommending the latest Chiefs Kingdom news to you, it's very important that you leave a like on this video. Thanks. Now let's get back to the news. Chiefs trade pitch pulls off rare. Deal with rival Raiders. There's a scenario where the Kansas City Chiefs and Las Vegas Raiders could be trade partners in the upcoming NFL Draft. During his most recent 2-round mock draft on April 2nd, ESPN insider and draft analyst Field Yates predicted that the Chiefs would trade out of round 1, and he suggested the Raiders as a team that could be looking to jump back into the back portion of the first round. With New England jumping to number 30 to take offensive tackle Josh Connolly, the Chiefs might look at the OT board and think they could get someone early on day 2 and improve one of their later round picks, Yates hypothesized, adding, the depth of this class aligns nicely with their biggest needs, and the Raiders might see a fit on offense that they can't let slip away. Below was his full trade proposal. Chiefs get a second rounder, number 37 overall, and an early third rounder. Noah 68. Raiders get number 31 and a late third rounder, number 95 overall. So in essence, Kansas City would move back 6 slots from day 1 to day 2 in order to move up 17 slots later on in round 3. A worthwhile exchange if the board shakes out in a way KC doesn't like at number 31. Chiefs get their guy after NFL. Draft trade with Raiders. Obviously, this is all theoretical, but Yates believes the Chiefs can make a trade like this and still get a player that they might have taken at number 31 overall. In this case, the draft expert sent them Ohio State offensive tackle Josh Simmons, a first-round talent whose injury history could cause him to fall on draft night. The Chiefs are finally on the board after our projected trade out of the first round, Yates wrote. But good news, they get their guy. Simmons is coming off a torn patellar tendon, which is the only reason he is even in this range, he explained. If healthy, he would be long gone by the second round, and he still might go much sooner than this. But Kansas City can afford to be patient after signing Jalon Moore in free agency, and Simmons could be eased into action behind him. If they were to strike out at offensive tackle in this 37th overall range, the Chiefs could also target a defensive tackle, edge rusher, running back, or wide receiver instead. Like Yates mentioned above, the depth of this class aligns nicely with their positional needs. With Kansas City, Simmons could redshirt his rookie season as he gets healthy and learns the KC offense. Raiders end up with W.R. Luther Burden III after. Trading up with Chiefs, Yates had Las Vegas selecting star running back Ashton Jeanty in the top 10 and they used their second first-rounder to add another playmaker after the pick exchange with Kansas City. At pick number 31, Yates predicted that the Raiders would nab Missouri wide receiver Luther Burden III. Wide receiver is high on the Raiders' needs list, he reasoned. The value wasn't there at number 6, as we instead went with Ginty. But considering Jacoby Myers was the only Las Vegas receiver over 600 yards last season, it makes sense for the Raiders to surge back into the first round to take the extremely talented Burden. Burden was dominant in 2023 when he had 1,212 receiving yards, including 710 after the catch. Yates continued. He had a modest 2024 676 yards, but his explosiveness and power with the ball in his hands give him game-changing ability. The only downside of this KC trade pitch is that it would allow the division rival Raiders to bolster their offense with a second new weapon with dynamic traits. Chiefs must sign recently released rival vet to replace struggling defender. The Kansas City Chiefs should consider signing veteran defensive back Jack Jones, who was cut by the Las Vegas Raiders on Sunday. After getting handled by the Philadelphia Eagles in Super Bowl 59, the Kansas City Chiefs are back to the drawing board this offseason as they try to find various ways to retool their roster. This offseason, the Chiefs saw a few key defensive contributors leave Tershawn Wharton, Justin Reed, and Derek Nunati for other opportunities in free agency. Kansas City didn't waste time trying to fill those holes on defense, signing veteran defensive lineman Jerry Tillery to a one-year deal, and cornerback Christian Fulton to a 2-year contract in free agency, for example. Fulton will be a nice addition to the Chiefs' cornerback room, playing next to Jalen Watson and Trent McDuffie. However, the Chiefs' cornerback room could use some more depth with the struggles of Nazeeh Johnson and Joshua Williams last season. There aren't many great options left in free agency, but one veteran player who just hit the open market could be a solid low-risk, high-reward signing. According to Ian Rappaport of the NFL Network, the Las Vegas Raiders have released veteran cornerback Jack Jones after the team tried to trade him. The Raiders are releasing CB Jack Jones, sources say, after Las Vegas attempted to trade him. And an intriguing option for a CB-needy team, picked us at the Twitter. KCIN 554 VUFPZ, Ian Rappaport rap sheet. April 6, 2025 Chiefs fans are very familiar with Jones as the veteran cornerback recorded a pick six in a 2014 Raiders upset win in Week 16 over the Chiefs. That said, the veteran defender's play left much to be desired in 2024 as he struggled noticeably with the Raiders. The 27-year-old defensive back had mediocre coverage 52, 9 in tackling 39, 1 grades as he started in 16 games career high per PFF. However, Jones recorded 69 combined tackles, 16 pass deflections, 3 tackles for loss, and 3 interceptions. He also possessed a 62, 8 completion percentage allowed on targets, a 98. 5 pass rating allowed when targeted career worst, and gave up 8 touchdowns career worst. If Kansas City signed the veteran defensive back, they wouldn't look for him to start, which might not be a bad idea. Jones would be a slight upgrade over Joshua Williams, who played okay last season in KC. The former 4th-round pick had a better coverage grade 68, 3 than Jones, but only started in 6 games. Over his 3-year career with the Chiefs, Williams has started in 12 games out of 51 possible regular season games. After starting the last 5 games in the regular season, Williams was pushed back to a reserve role in the postseason with Watson's return from injury. Again, the Chiefs don't have a glaring need at cornerback, but adding more competition, especially from a division rival, wouldn't be the worst idea at this stage of free agency. And now, Chiefs fan, I want to hear from you. What's your opinion on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I don't know if you know this, but your opinion matters a lot for Chiefs. I'll be back any moment with more Chiefs Kingdom news.